What's up, my beautiful peeps? How are you guys? How are you guys doing? We starting off right. We starting off with this right positive energy. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are showing yourself some love today. I hope you guys have said your positive daily affirmations. And I hope you guys checked in with yourself. And if you haven't, go ahead and do those things right now. Pause the video, take a couple minutes to yourself, center yourself, ground yourself, do a little meditation. Show some love to yourself and let yourself know that you are here for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to spread the good vibes, to talk vibes. Let's talk vibes, to inspire you guys to love yourself some more, to improve on yourself, to really become the best version of yourself. If you guys don't follow the vibes, go follow the vibes on Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram is where I ask you guys questions on what topics you guys want me to talk about. Like, I ask you guys specific questions just so I can get an idea what you guys want to talk about. That's the way that I engage with you guys and I listen to you guys. I asked you guys some questions, but most of the questions that I got were about things that I have already talked about. I feel like in every video, I include self love in there somehow. About healing, I'm always talking about healing, on ways to heal. I'm all about self love and self improvement. Trauma, I've talked about that too, but I want to ask you guys like specific questions on trauma because I don't know like what of trauma you guys want to hear. Relationships, I've done a couple, I think I've done one or two videos where I have talked about what I've seen in relationships and just like having a relationship with yourself. I'm always talking about that, but I have never been in a relationship, so if like you guys want me to talk about being in a relationship, I can't. But of what I've witnessed, and I have witnessed a lot, let me fucking tell you. I got a lot about like dealing with family and all that stuff, which I just did a video on how to detach from family. Go look through my past videos. I've talked a lot about all those topics. If you guys want me to talk more about those topics, let me know what specific questions you guys have. There was one that I have talked about before, but it stood out to me and I wanted to talk a little bit about it just so you guys can get an idea where I stand. And I also want to know where you guys stand today with sobriety. So I'm going to be talking about sobriety today. I don't know how I feel about the word sober, to be honest, because I mean, right now I am sober, but I feel like sober makes it seem like you have an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's because I don't know, I feel like that's still a label like, oh, I'm sober. I'm sober. Because what if like you don't drink like that, rarely don't smoke, but say you smoke like once every 2 months? You know what I'm saying? I am sober right now. I'm not drinking. I haven't. But see, it's because look, I haven't, like, I don't drink. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink on the weekends. I don't occasionally have a beer. No, I don't drink. I had a little sip of wine maybe like last month because I had some, what was I eating? Pasta? No, I had made a tomato soup and it was like in a bowl and it was just very much giving vibes. I don't know, and then there was some wine and I was like, I'm just going to take a little sip of it because I wanted to try it. I just wanted a sip. And I tried it and it's not like, oh, I want more. No, I don't have an issue with it. And I don't not drink because I have an issue with it. I did, which, it is hard when you're trying to stop drinking and there's people around you drinking and just alcohol all around you, which you should distance yourself from that while you are trying to stop. But now, like, I'm in a cool place. If people drink around me, that's fine. That doesn't give me ganas to drink. There's no temptations there. I'm not like, oh, let me just have a little sip. No, I don't want it. Like, this was at home. I wasn't at a party. It was at home. There was a little bit wine. There was a glass of wine poured. I didn't have the whole cup, but I just had a sip. The last time I drank was December. What are we in? 2021. That was the last time I drank. Like, I blacked the fuck out. And after that, I was like, yeah, never again. Because before that, I was trying to quit alcohol, but I was just on, you know what, I had stopped, but I said, I'm gonna just do it on special occasions. But after that time, I was just like done with it. I was fucking hungover for like 2 days. I yacked and I just did not feel good mentally, physically. emotionally, spiritually. I just felt like shit. And I said, dude, never fucking again. Because what was the point, too? After that, dude, I was just reflecting. Like, things like that just hit me. And I just sat there and reflected, is it worth to drink? Is that really fun? I reflected on the night before and I'm like, I don't remember shit. So how do I know if I really had fun or just made a fucking fool of myself? And then I was like, in other times too, look, I don't remember shit. So this isn't fun for me. Like, I'm done putting this act. I'm done trying to fit in, because others drink. I had to drink. Everybody knew me like she can hang. If we want to drink, let's hit her up. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm fucking done with that. And I stopped. After that, I never drank like that. But I never drank. I say I never drink because I didn't. But it's just, I can't say I never drank because there was times like somebody had some wine I've never seen. They were like, dude, like you should try it. It's really good. Give it like, dude, a baby ass sip. And that's it. And it's not all the time. It's not like every month. No, it's just like fucking rarely. Like rarely. That's why I don't know. I don't feel right saying sober. That's a little backstory to my drinking. Because dude, I have just been drinking for so many years. Go check out my video on fucking quitting alcohol and doing drugs. I go into detail about that. I am gonna do an exclusive side to this episode, so go check it out. You can go listen to it or watch it too. It's on my Patreon. I'm gonna tell you guys the first time I got drunk, and that was at a really young age. And I'm gonna tell you guys about the first time I smoked. I think that is the first time I smoked. There was actually, go check out the exclusive site because I always get questions on how I maintain it, this and that. So I just said, well, let me just talk about it a little bit, because I want to make like a video about it on my 2 years and just what I've learned and all that stuff. Let me know if you guys have specific questions on it. Let me know. But how I maintain it, right? It depends on where you are at now. It hit me that time. I was like, I'm done. The same when I was doing cocaine. Literally thought I was gonna die. Fucking hit me, and I was like, I'm done. I did it the week after. I took a bump, but that's when I really sat down with myself, cried, talked to myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm done because this ain't bringing me no good. And that's just how, you really have to want to change. Like, I have been wanting to change, but I had to change, you know? And I mean, I don't know how it is for others when you stop drinking, but when I did, I immediately thought like this is what's best for me. I went through withdrawals. I was slowly stopping. Maybe you can automatically stop. I did with the cocaine. No, no, actually no. I went from like doing I did I did cocaine for a really long time. That's a long time for me. And I was doing it from like every day to then doing a day here, a day no, and then just the weekends, and then I completely stopped. It's not like I went from doing it every day to completely stopping. I just thought like it's for the best of me. It's for the best, it's for my mental health, my physical health, just all of me in general. I'm done disconnecting. That's the same with alcohol. Like, I knew I had a problem with alcohol, and you have to accept it. And it ain't hard maintaining it once you have that mindset. Like, I'm doing it for the best of me. You really have to sit down and reflect. I literally went through like everything, dude. I look back, I said, that wasn't fun for me. The big thing that got me was I really don't remember shit. Me not remembering anything is not fun. When I was reflecting, I realized why I was doing it, to escape reality. I hated everything. I hated me. I hated my life. I changed that mindset because I hated my life. I hated the way it was, the way it was, where it was going because of the way that I was. So I had to change me. And my life would change. I have the power to change my life. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to do whatever the fuck you want to do. I was just so used to going out, drinking, but you have to change those habits into good habits. I started just focusing on me. I distanced myself from people that I was hanging out with before that just wanted to drink, that wanted to smoke. Like, I stopped drinking, but I was still smoking. I started trying out new things. I wanted to become the best version of myself and I started doing things that would get me there. Connecting with myself, talking to myself, reading, journaling, meditating, connecting with my inner child, bringing out my inner child, doing all those things were really helping me. I was doing research, dude. I really wanted to do better and I wanted to become better. And I was seeing that these things helped people. So I said, well, fuck it. Like, let me give it a shot. And once you start doing those things, you let go of the past. You have to be willing to let go. I was just tired of it. I started drinking so young. I was drinking for so many years where I'm like, well, like, change. Like, I need change. I want change. I'm going to change. That's how you really maintain it, by changing your ways and, like, changing your mindset. Distance yourself from everything. Chill by yourself. See what you want to do. Reflect. Do other things. At first it's, yeah, to stay busy, but think about it to become a better person, to become a better you, to bring change, do positive things, not negative things. I thought about that as negativity. That was negative energy. That's what was causing me to be negative, and I no longer wanted that. I didn't want to do that anymore. It wasn't good for me at all in any fucking way. I feel like when you go with that mindset of I'm going to stop drinking forever, it's going to be hard because I feel like you're just thinking and thinking about it. I just said I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't know for how long, but I didn't want to drink anymore. I didn't say I'm never going to drink again. Till now, I just don't think about it. It's not something I want to do. I don't think about it. Who knows? I mean, having a beer, I just can't see myself having a beer ever again. Because I think about it now, like, how did I even like it? Because I don't like bubbly stuff. I don't like mineral water. I never liked soda because it's bubbly, and beer is fucking like that. And I'm like, how the fuck did I like it? So who the fuck knows? I don't know. I will never get drunk. That's the thing for sure. I will never get drunk ever again. I don't want to feel like that. I just don't want to feel disconnected. I feel like that's kind of going to the past, and I don't ever want to bring the past back. Who knows? If I'll take a shot, I don't crave it. I don't want to do it. I see no reason to drink. Maybe once I fucking achieve my biggest goal, because that will be something to celebrate. Not a fucking birthday party. Not, all these dumb things. Like, that's not really celebrating. By getting fucked up, you're celebrating like that? Like, come on now. That's just not a way to celebrate for me anymore. I'm done with those things. So why I really wanted to do this video was because of my relationship with weed. My relationship with weed has been not weird. Well, it has been a little bit weird because I started drinking before I started smoking weed. Before I ever tried weed in any way. Because I first tried an edible and then I smoked weed. I fucking popped pills before. Well, I just popped pills like twice before I smoked weed. But it's because I just thought of weed as bad. Like, smoking, the process, I saw it bad. Like, it just looked bad to me. I don't know. I was never really intrigued by it. Everybody was smoking. Like, no me daba ganas. It wouldn't get my attention. And why I started smoking was because I started hanging out with these people that started smoking. They were like, try it. And I was like, well, fuck it. What do I gotta lose? I would just smoke with them. Like, when I would hang out with them, if they had it, I'd be all right, cool. I'll take a couple hits, quizás. And that was like when I was, I think, like 18. Well, when I started smoking. I just remembered about the first time I got crossfaded. That was some motherfucking thing too. Cause we would be drinking and they would smoke, so I'd go ahead and fucking smoke, right? I wouldn't go out and buy weed and do it on the daily. No, it was just kind of every weekend when I would hang out with those people and they had the weed. It was just kind of like that for a cool minute, but I was mainly like drinking. I would drink, and if there was weed, all right. But then I was like, sometimes I'd be like, nah, because getting crossfaded was a little bit too much. And then there was a point where it started, like, with the more people that I would smoke with, I felt more anxious, like paranoid. I don't know why. And that's my thing with weed. Like, I smoke it for a cool minute, and then I don't know why I get paranoid. When I first began smoking with people, I didn't like them looking at me. So I would take a couple steps back and turn around. It was weird. And then I thought, well, fuck, what if, like, I just saw how others would, look when they smoke, and I would just think about, fuck, like, how do I look? Do they think I look like that? Because, your eyes get red and you're just there, like, zoned out sometimes. And then people would tell me stories of why they didn't smoke or this and that, just like stories of them smoking. And be like, fuck, what if that happens to me? Like, what if I'm hella shaky? What if, like, I'm tweaking? That's how I would think. So then I stopped. I stopped for a couple minutes. Somebody that I would hang out with a lot started smoking. On the exclusive side, I'm going to tell you guys more about like stories. That's when like I started burning again, but it wasn't like hella like that because I just, if I would smoke again, I'd be like, fuck, I don't want to get paranoid though. And I feel like that's just like if you go into smoking thinking, fuck, what if I get paranoid, this and that, just don't do it. Because you're most likely going to feel paranoid. Because you're going in with that mindset. And that's my thing with me. So I'd be like, look, I would literally talk to myself. That's why it's important to talk to yourself. And I'm always talking to myself. Calm myself down and be like, look, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. But then I'd be like, look, we're just going to get high. I just say, we're just going to get high. We're just going to get high. We're just going to get high. Like, and that kind of take away, like, I'm going to feel paranoid. So I just get high. It was always an on and off. I would then start getting paranoid again and then I would stop. 2019 to 2020, that whole year I was smoking. And then I got paranoid. Because, then I started like buying my own tree and stuff like that. I did get to the point up to like last year. I'm hella getting like specific with the fucking years and shit. I was smoking pretty tough, but there were times when I had took a break. Last year's when I was reflecting on why was I smoking? Was I still trying to escape reality? Like, what's the reason? And you should find the reason. If you're doing any substance, why are you doing it? Get to the root cause. Why is it that you are doing it? With everything, with alcohol, with cocaine, with anything that I fucking did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's even with food. You think it makes you feel good, your comfort food. I'm doing it to feel relaxed, to loosen up, to get more creative. Well, why am I not creative if I'm not high? I have to change that. It's kind of like putting a little band aid on top in a way. I need to find my creativity without getting high. I need to be able to relax without getting high. Like last year's when I kind of slowly stopped, there was like towards the end of the year where I went a month without smoking. And then I went 2 months without smoking. And at first it was tough because I was smoking tough prior to that. The withdrawals hit. The withdrawals hit with weed. Let me fucking tell you. That willing to change overpowered those withdrawals because people give in. I could have easily gave in. I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like the fucking sweats, the heat flashes, the not sleeping and stuff like that where I was like, bro, like no, like I wanted to change. I wanted to do this. And it's just like a week, dude, where you have to go through that. And after that, you're cool. You're chilling, to be honest. I was chilling. There was people still smoking around me and I was fine, honestly. I was perfectly fine because I didn't want to do it. So recently, I stopped smoking the second week of January where I stopped smoking and I didn't smoke weed until 420. I was like, fuck it, 420. I'll give it a shot, just like a little J. My intentions weren't to keep smoking. But it's because weed was given to me. A good amount of weed. It was if I burned on 420, okay. If I didn't, whatever. But I didn't want to buy the tree. The tree was given to me and I was like, fuck it, we're set for 420. I think I even got some tree before 420. Yeah, it was like a week before because you going with that mindset. I was like, fuck, on 420, what if I just immediately go in and then I get paranoid, get it, some type of anxiety. I had some like CBD J's sent to me and I took a hit of those before. And I was cool. I was fine. I didn't feel high because it's like CBD, but I was like, I feel like this is cool to like ease it in. But I don't know. I don't know if it's the weed. Dude, just because honestly, too, now I think like you don't even know what the fuck they be fucking putting in the weed. I would like get high and then I would just like get this. I don't know. Maybe it was just in my head too. Who the fuck knows? But I'm telling you, this is how I felt. And after smoking on 420, I kept smoking for a bit because I had all that tree. But I wouldn't smoke how I used to. Fuck no. That wasn't tree from the club. And then I got some tree from the club. Well, I tried some tree from the club. And I did a bowl. Fuck. That shit fucking hit me, dude. Like, I was like, fuck. Like, what? Like, I just got too fucking lit. Too lit. I started getting paranoid and I was just feeling hot. My heart was hella racing. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? But it's all in your mind too. I talk to myself. I got my crystals, because that's good positive energy. I went outside, got some air. I for sure didn't sit down because I felt like that made it worse because I was just there sitting. So I would stand up, do something, but more importantly, talk to myself. Did I get in front of the mirror and be like, dude, you're just lit, like you're just high? There were times where I was like, why did I even get high? When I'm talking to myself before, saying we're just gonna get lit, it's okay, don't get paranoid. Like if I know I'm going to feel like that, then I shouldn't do it. So I stopped because I took a dab one day, and I was then not smoking throughout the week, but on the weekends I was like hitting a bowl and I dabbed one time. I think this was in May. Cause I smoked up to I'm pretty sure I was going back through my journal, cause I usually journal too. I would journal if I was feeling some type of way. That shit fucking hit me. Like, my heart was hella racing. And I was just thinking the worst, and I was just getting hella paranoid. And I was like, bruh, like, dude, what the fuck? What did I do to myself? So that was the last day I smoked. And I haven't smoked ever since because I'm like, dude, you know what? Like, I don't need it. There was no reason for me to do it. And especially if I was fucking feeling like that, I'm like, dude, I don't want to feel like that ever again because probably need some more healing. It's not like I'm traumatized. Well, maybe I am because shit, when you feel like you're going to overdose, whether you are or not, if it's just in your mind, that's a very traumatic experience. I was doing cocaine, and that's a pretty harsh fucking drug. And that day when, dude, I literally like thought I was going to fucking die. My heart was racing so fucking fast. I was fucking, I was like drunk and I was just all over the place. And it takes me back to that time. You just feel like, I don't know, you're going to have a fucking heart attack. You're not going to be able to breathe. You just think of the fucking worst. And I'm like, I just don't ever want to feel like that ever again. Even with alcohol, because I've been watching Jersey Shore. And then when they get all fucked up and they're just like, I'm too drunk right now or whatever, I could just imagine myself like, dude, that dizziness feeling and all that, like the vomiting, like just laying down and you feel like it's going worse and worse. I'm like, I don't ever want to feel like that ever again. So that's me right now. I'm not smoking, not drinking, not doing any other fucking drug. And I feel good. I've never felt better. Will I smoke again? Maybe. That's the thing too. I'm not saying I'm never going to smoke again. It won't be like how I used to. Fuck no, dude. I would do I don't know how many joints a fucking day. I cannot do that. I can't even do like one joint, bruh, to be honest. But it's because the main thing is I just see no fucking point in doing it. I find no point in smoking weed. I find no point in drinking. Like I can relax without smoking weed. I can get creative without smoking weed. I have fun without drinking alcohol. I get this adrenaline like when I'm having fun. I don't need the fucking cocaine. I don't need the alcohol or anything like that. So that's my thing right now. I don't say I'm sober. I just say I'm currently not smoking. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like it's an issue for me. That's where I'm at right now. Where are you guys at right now? How do you guys feel? It's because, no, dude, for real, with weed nowadays, you just don't know what the fuck to be putting, especially with club weed. I never really fucked with club weed because that's on a whole nother level. I feel like it doesn't even get you high. Like a good high, like, bro, like weed from back in the days where you would get high. Now you just get paranoid. Who the fuck knows? Maybe they be lacing that shit. So I could be more strong. I don't fucking know. No, but I almost forgot to tell you guys. I think it was like a week and a half ago where I took a hit. I took a couple hits of a CBD joint because I had some content, custom content request. I felt cool, I was just talking to myself and I was like, look, I mean, this is just CBD. If we feel some type of way, it's okay. But like, but I didn't, it's CBD, you know? And then I took a baby hit of the pen. Like, I was just like, I kind of do just want a little hit, but I didn't feel anything. But it was like barely, like do nothing, to be honest. But yeah, when will I ever smoke tree again? I wanted to for my birthday, but I don't think that's going to happen because I find no point. Like, I feel like for my birthday, it's like I want to spend it right how I want to spend like the rest of the year until my next birthday, and I kind of don't want weed involved. But who knows? We'll see. I don't know. Like, I don't need weed to celebrate. I for sure don't need alcohol no more to celebrate. We could just celebrate without any substance, dude. Like, let's celebrate right now. It's cancer season, baby. Where all my cancers at? It's party. I am the party. Dude. I'm the party. And you don't need alcohol or any substance to have fun and be the party. Comment down below if you guys have any other questions. Make sure to check out my handmade, beautiful crystal bracelets on my Etsy shop. Go check out the exclusive site. I'm going to say a couple stories. Don't forget to speak good vibes to yourself and speak good vibes to others. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching, listening to this episode. Peace, my beautiful peeps.